All right, welcome back to the channel. So Ray Mancini says that George Kambosos Jr. could either stop Devin Haney or knock Devin Haney out, and that he's too big and too strong. And he says Haney's a good boxer, but he never seen Haney fight. Make that make sense. I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. Please sure that you like and subscribe to the channel to get all your latest boxing news. With that being said, Ray Mancini, a Hall of Famer boxer, he fought from 79 to 1992. I don't know too much about Ray Mancini. I know that he was a good boxer, and I believe he killed somebody in a ring in a fight or whatever not, and that's how he really got his name. I know he fought Hector Camacho and stuff like that. So let's get into the video. Ray Mancini says that George Kambosos Jr. is going to beat Devin Haney easily, and he wouldn't be surprised that he gets stopped or anything like that. He said he watched a few of George Kambosos Jr. fights, and he says that George Kambosos Jr. is going to beat Devin Haney. And he also says that I don't even know who Haney is for real. I never even watched him fight. So how are you going to say that Haney's going to get stopped or knocked out if you never watched the guy fight? And you just say he's going to walk over Devin Haney? Absolutely not. Ray Mancini doesn't know what he talk about. He's just one of those ESPN guys as well that be on ESPN every once in a while and talk about who's going to win and stuff like that. He only watched a few of George Kambosos Jr. fights and thinks that George Kambosos Jr. is a world beater. Well, it's the funny thing to me that this dude absolutely don't know what he's talking about. How are you a professional boxer and you don't know the styles, or you don't watch any of the up-to-date todays in boxing, and you just favor one type of fighter? And George Kambosos Jr. is not some damn world beater because he only has 10 knockouts. Devin Haney has 15 knockouts. If Devin Haney was a soft puncher, he would have three knockouts just like Tyson Fury has. So what are we talking about? People like him ruined the sport of boxing. Obviously, he wasn't the greatest. Well, he was a good fighter. I'm not going to call him great. He was a good fighter. He got beat by unanimous decision towards the end of his career, and he got knocked out brutally twice in his career. I think he got knocked out by Hector Camacho in his last fight. I'm not sure, but I think he got knocked out the previous fight before that and stuff like that. So who are you to say that Devin Haney, well, first of all, who would say that Devin Haney's just automatically going to lose to George Kambosos Jr. because he's big and strong? First of all, George Kambosos Jr. is not that big. He's not that strong. If George Kambosos Jr. was strong, he would have never got dropped by Teofimo Lopez in the 11th round. Devin Haney was hurt by Jorge Linares towards the end of the round, and Devin Haney never got dropped in his career. And he got buzzed, but he never got hurt like George Kambosos. George Kambosos Jr. exposed that he can be hurt if you apply the pressure right and tag him over and over again in the ring in a certain amount of time throughout the championship rounds. George Kambosos Jr. might not even be that guy in the championship rounds against Devin Haney. So how, Ray Mancini, can you say that George Kambosos Jr. easily going to beat Devin Haney? Dude absolutely don't know anything about boxing. He was a boxer himself. He don't know anything, the politics or the styles or breakdowns or the sport of boxing. He just want to say something out there, say something ridiculous to big up these wannabe newcomer, new founder George Kambosos Jr. fans. It makes me sick to my stomach, and this is the type of stuff that ruins the sport of boxing. People like him should be fired off big platforms like ESPN, but if they want him to say this garbage for the paycheck, of course he's going to say it. But I'm not going to keep this video too long. Ray Mancini immediately basically disrespects Devin Haney. He says he's a good boxer. I never watched him. Make that make sense. And he says that George Kambosos Jr. is going to either stop Devin Haney, he wouldn't be surprised, and he's going to make this fight look very easy. Dude is a clown. Ray Mancini is a clown, in my opinion. Yeah, you were a good fighter, but you speaking clown crap right now, and it makes absolutely no sense on why the hate and discredit for Devin Haney. And he just showed nothing but respect to the people to make guaranteed fights, and these guys don't want to fight him, but now you want to call George Kambosos Jr. a world beater. Make that make sense, guys. But with that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.